Hello, my name is Konstantin Shonenko, and in this video I will show you how to run the service. When you first enter the building, the main auditorium, the light switch to turn on all the main lights in the building, in this room, will be right here, right by the door. I am currently in the sound booth, which is right by the main door, right by the light in the previous clip. This is the soundboard that we use. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to turn it on, off, and how to turn on and off everything else in this booth. So to turn on the soundboard, you'll have to first make sure that this red switch is on. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it is actually a switch. So we usually don't touch it, but if it's off, we will have to turn it on. And next, you would have to make sure that you'll have to switch on this white switch. You'll hear like a click, and you will hear the speakers turn on, and the in-ear sound equipment on the very back on the stage. And what this switch also does is it turns on the light panels behind the musicians. So what this switch does is it gives power to the power port for the soundboard, and you have to independently turn on the soundboard too with a switch in the back right here. When you turn it on, you will hear a click and you will see the screen light up with white text on it. And within a few seconds to a minute, the soundboard will be completely ready to use. So as we wait for the soundboard to boot up, I will show you how to turn on the... Man, why is this here? So as we wait for the soundboard to boot up, I will show you how to turn on the Mac computer, which we use to control the music that is played in the auditorium. So to turn it on, there is a switch behind the Mac right over here. You have to hold and you have to click it until you hear that noise, and there is a small light that appears right here. Next, the screen will turn on. You will see a loading bar right here, a progress bar. Once it is completed loading, you will be able to type in the password. Okay, now that the computer is finished booting up, you'll see the screen to type in the password. The password is... I'll only give it to you once you actually start serving here, because I don't want the whole internet to know the password to this computer. All right, let's go on to the next part. Once you log in, you have to turn on Spotify, which is right here, this small logo, if you can see it. The small green logo, and right now it's loading. Okay, so for the audio to be connected to the soundboard, you have to go up here in the corner, and you will see next to the Wi-Fi symbol and next to the date, you will see the sound symbol. When you click it, it's supposed to be connected to headphones. The headphone jack leads to the soundboard. I will now show some basic information that you will need to know about the soundboard, even if you aren't the sound guy, because sometimes the sound guy has to step away for a bathroom break, or there's some kind of emergency and he or she's not there to fix it. Okay, so if you click the fourth button, so there's 4 buttons here, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th button down is where you will see music. This is the music that is connected to the back server. Currently it is not on, and I will show you how to turn on the music there in a later portion of this video. This right here, the blue light, this is the video that comes from the other computer that is over here, and you'll see it in a later segment of the video. The red is the iPod. It is not actually an iPod, it is actually the Mac that we just turned on. Now, this is the microphone, the 2 microphones. Sometimes the speaker needs to say something, but the sound guy isn't there, and these could be controlled individually. And you will see some lights flashing here that will indicate which microphone is being used, and you'll be able to tell which of these sliders to control. Another basic part of the soundboard is actually the main volume control. It is right here on the right side of the soundboard. If the sound guy isn't there and you need to adjust the main volume for whatever reason, it is right there. Rule of thumb, it is best not to touch the soundboard if you are not the sound guy, but there are some instances where the sound guy isn't there at that specific moment and something needs to be done quickly about the volume. The rest of these are other instruments and microphones. You won't need to know how to use this unless you are the sound guy. This right here is the SPL meter. It measures the volume in the room. To turn it on, you have to click this green button, and to turn on the light, the backlight, you click the green button again. Within a few seconds, the backlight should turn off. It is charging at the moment, and it's probably going to be charging all the time, so it will never die in the times we'll need it. This number is the dBA, which is the decibel meter. It is the volume within this room. If you make some kind of noise here, you see how it goes up, and the backlight just turned off. So that's about how long the backlight will stay on. So this is the second computer in the sound booth. This computer is used to control the lyrics, to play videos, etc. on the projector, on the main screen, and also other screens throughout the building. So to turn it on, there's a button behind the Mac right about here. You have to hold it for a few seconds for it to turn on, and you will see the screen slightly light up. You'll see the Apple logo and a progress bar. Okay, it is done loading. So for the English service, I believe you will click the production account. For the Russian service, you'll click this eagle right here, and it says RV Russian service. First thing you do is you log in. Next thing you do is you open ProPresenter. You'll have to remove all the songs from last week from the playlist on ProPresenter. Search for the new songs in the library and add them one by one. If the song does not exist, you'll have to go to iwebzone.info/TFH to get the files of the song. You'll need to go on that website on your phone or on a different device or computer, because there are parental controls on this Mac and we can't figure out how to turn them off. I'm going to demonstrate how to do it on the phone. So I am on the website now, iwebzone.info/TFH, and let's just say that we don't have Won't Stop Now. So what I will do is I will click lyrics in Russian, and now that I'm here, I'll click share right there, and then airdrop. And this right here is a computer. So right now I'm airdropping into the computer. On the computer, I'll click accept, and then I will receive it, and then I'll have to click open. All right, now that's done. And let's just say that the song is sung in English and it has to have a Russian translation. So what you'll do is you'll click English too, and you'll send English as well. Alright, boom, accept. Alright, now it's on the computer. To make a new song, you'll have to go to ProPresenter, and in the library you'll have to click any song, literally any song, and right click it and then click duplicate. And now you'll go to Finder, and Won't Stop Now, it should be the latest file. You'll have to find it. So here it is. What I'll do is I'll copy the title, copy it, Control-C, and I'll go back to the Finder, go back to ProPresenter, and then here's the library. And I'm going to paste this in. Okay, Control-V. Okay, that's not working. Alright, then I'll just type it in. Alright, and now that I have a new song, basically, I'm going to move it into the playlist. And right here, I'm going to click edit slide, and back to the file, I'll go to the first verse, copy it, Control-C, right here, paste it in, do the same thing for the second one, Control-C, paste it in. again. All right, sometimes this happens, so you'll have to just do the first 3 lines. And then you'll have to come back for the last line. All right, and now you go to the next one. And the next one. So I pasted this one in, and now I'll go to the last one, copy, and then paste. So now I'll exit this. I'll click on this X, and so this is the last one. It's right here. So I'll delete everything else. Delete. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the slide label. So this is bridge. So bridge. This is verse 4, verse 4, verse 3. This is chorus. This is verse 2. This is verse 1. Verse 1. All right. And basically this is it, but one other thing they have to do is you have to fix the lines. So as you can see, there's like a little mistake right here. So now it's done properly. Here, this one looks correct. Right here, yeah, I'll need to fix that. Yeah. Alright, looks good. And now over here, you also do that right here, and right here, and then the bridge, right here. Alright, so one more thing is you have to fix this right here. So there's a glitch that happens. So what you have to do is you have to go to Safari and then click this orange thing, which is type Russian letters. You'll click Shift on your keyboard and then click that, which is capitalized. You'll copy it and you'll paste it in right here. And you can't see it, but it's actually there. It's just really small. So you have to do this and click Apply to All. Now it's visible because the styling from this thing was applied to everything within this song. And I'm just going to copy it and paste it everywhere else. So a glitch right here. Mistake. Okay. Alright, that looks good. So that's how you add a new song, and that's pretty much it. So next to the Mac, you will see this black box thing. So to turn it on, you simply have to tap it and the screen pops up, and you have to tap it again, and the password is I will censor it out, and I'll only give the password to people who actually end up serving here, because I don't want the password all over the internet. And once you type it in, you have to click enter. So yeah, it loads, and I will show you a closer look in a second. All right, so the quality isn't really the best, but I'll just go over this real quick. So this is a projector that is for the main screen in the auditorium. So to turn it on, you just click projector on. You'll hear a really quiet click, maybe not on the video, but in real life, and that's just a projector turning on. Next, you have to click screen down because it's going down. Next, lobby TV on, cry room TV on. So the lobby TV, it's in the lobby. It's the couch is over there. It's just so you could see the whatever's on the screen from ProPresenter, or there's actually a way to make them see through the camera and see what's happening in the auditorium when they're actually not in there. Cry room, same thing, just the cry room. It's where parents take their kids when they're being loud or whatever, because we try to keep a good atmosphere in here in the auditorium, quiet during the sermon. And, you know, we don't really want the noise of crying baby or etc., any other loud noise. So next, lights. When we walked in, I turned on house only. Quick tip, don't ever click anything twice, because it actually turns off all of the lights within the auditorium. So right now it's on house only, which is only the house lights, and the auditorium is not turned on. If you go right here, I will turn on walk-in cyan. What this does is it keeps the house lights on, but it turns on the walk-in lights for the auditorium. For the stage. And on the stage, there's actually right now there's lights on without being bright enough for a speaker to come out yet. If you turn on all up cyan, that will make it much brighter on the stage. That is what it's usually set as when the speaker comes out on the very beginning of service. Next, there's actually multiple colors. There's 4 colors. Next, worship. Worship, what it does is it lowers the brightness within the house, but it keeps the lights on pretty bright within the auditorium. There's 8 colors here. Next, live video. Usually I don't touch that. It's usually for the English service. But live video, what it does, it's basically the same thing as walk-in. Video cyan, it lowers the house lights quite a bit, and the stage lights, it's best. This setting is best for whenever there's like a video to be watched on the screen. It just lowers the brightness everywhere else from the lights. There's obviously multiple colors. Okay, next. So it's similar to worship, this, I guess, section. The top 4 sections, they're just different colors of worship, like right here. Right here, though, these bottom 4, they lower the brightness even more in the house and on the stage, but it's not completely dark like in the video version. Right here, it's not the same, but there's usually one or a few lights being shined on the screen. There's different settings, so different amount of lights, different colors. Right here, I usually don't touch this. I usually just turn it on right here. Yeah. Another thing is door station. So door station is where I turn on the lights in the very beginning of the video. So right now it is locked. It's best to keep it locked during service, because you don't want someone to just turn it on, accidentally turn it off the lights during service. That's not really a good thing. Okay. Sound. So there's lobby and there's outside. The lobby, it's where the TV is. It's just outside of the main auditorium. Okay, so server. I will go over in the later part of the video how to adjust the volume. How to turn on the server volume. Program, this is the soundboard. So this is how you switch the source. Right now they're all muted, and there's also no audio coming out of either of them. But yeah, you could adjust the volume like this, or you could slide it. Usually it's best to do a little more smooth and gradual. Same thing with the outside. Usually what happens is during service, I keep it on the server and there's just music playing outside. But in the lobby, before service, there's music being played, but during service, it's the worship audio. And during the sermon, there's the sermon being played in the lobby. So that's about it for this part of the video. To turn it off, you just click projector off, screen up, TV off, cry room TV off. It's just flashes, but it's turning off. You just have to wait for it to load. Next, you have to turn off all the systems right here. It just goes back to the main screen before you typed in the password. So this right here is the ATEM television studio made by Blackmagic Design. It is what we use to change the inputs and the outputs coming from the live streams from Vacaville, and it's what we use to change what's going to the television cameras, the television. And it's also what we use to change what is going on to the projector. So this right here, number one, this is what changes the output to the projector to ProPresenter basically. So if you go to ProPresenter right here and you click a few slides, it changes the output, and program is the output. This square right here, it goes to the projector. When you click number 4, it changes it to the logo, and this is a stationary image that doesn't change. This is what we usually click when we're done with the service and we just need to put something on the screen and we need to log out of the ProPresenter. And yeah, and basically this goes to the projector when you click number 4, and when you click number 1, the output is what is coming from ProPresenter. And if I would log out of ProPresenter, this thing would be just black. But basically, the only 4 things that you're going to touch here, or actually only 3 things you're going to touch here, is 1, 2, and 4. 4 is the logo, 1 is the output coming from ProPresenter, and 2 is to change the camera. It's to change the television output, so basically what the television shows. So number 2 is the camera, number 1 is the ProPresenter. And the reason we do that is because people in the foyer like to see what's happening in the auditorium when there's a service. And sometimes sometimes you can't be in the auditorium because, I don't know, you have a child with you and the child is loud. There's certain reasons that you have to be in the foyer, and there's a television in the foyer that shows the output, and boom. So this right here is a camera that we use. To turn it on, you first have to go over here and turn on the breaker. Power switch, I really don't know what it's called. Next thing you do is you go right here and there's a button right here, you turn it on, boom, it's loading. Next thing you do is you go right here, you have to click on this white thing and then move it down like that, and then you open this thing up. You don't have to, but I like to. And now that this is loaded, this is basically the output from here goes into here through SDI, this cable right here, and then the SDI goes right here, SDI in, and then the SDI out cable, this one right here, it goes down. It's pretty long. And then it goes into here, and then that goes into the ATEM switcher from the earlier clip. And this HDMI cable is HDMI out, and this thing goes into that thing right there, which is the live stream Sling Studio thing that we use. All right, to zoom in, what you have to do is there's this button right here, and when I click it, boom, it's zooming in, as you can see right here. Zooming in, zooming out. That's how it works. Zoom in, zoom out. You could also zoom in with this right here. I mean this right here, but it's not really my favorite way to do it. This right here is a Sling Studio. It used to be right here, but I put it over here because it's higher and the internet's better right there. To turn it on, there's this button right here. You have to hold it. Oh, actually no, you just press it, and then there's a flashing light right here. Once the flashing light stops flashing, it's ready. And this right here is the iPad that we use to control the Sling Studio. And this right here is a Sling Studio app. And you'll have to wait for this thing to stop blinking. And once it stops blinking, then that's when you connect. So we're gonna have to wait. In the meantime, I'll explain what all these power outlets do. So this white one right here, it's Ethernet, so it goes to this like adapter thing and then this adapter goes into USB-C. This right here is the HDMI that connects to the camera. This one right here is the sound. So this goes to the soundboard. It's the line-in audio. So we get good audio on the live stream. And this one right here, the bottom one, it's the power. So it's like charging it. And this right here actually has a battery. So even if I unplug the power right now, it will still be on because there's a battery, and the battery is gonna keep it on. As you can see, it's still blinking. The battery lasts about 3 hours, but I usually just keep it on, charging the whole entire time. On this side, there is an SD card slot, and there's a light that says internet, so that means the internet is on, and then the recording light, it turns red when we're recording. Oh, as you can see, it stopped blinking, so now we're ready for to turn it on. Focus. Alright, so to turn it on, you have to click connect, and then it says, do you want to join? And then you click join. Another way you could do it is if you go to the settings and you go to settings and Wi-Fi. So it's already connected, but you know, that's just another way to do it. Alright. And so you can make a new project, but it's faster if you just do default project. So once you're in, first thing you have to do is you go over here and you go to project settings. And of course we usually live stream. That's the whole purpose of this thing. So what you have to do is you have to turn on live broadcasting, and then you have to click select destination. Well, here are all the destinations we use. For some reason there's some kind of glitch with YouTube which doesn't allow us to actually select that destination. And there's also Facebook, but Facebook is very unreliable and it sometimes just shuts off for some reason. So for this tutorial I'll just use the custom RTPM. So the title doesn't really matter because you'll have to change it anyways. But you have to make sure that all these settings are the same. Okay, and then you click select destination on the bottom. Right here, make sure that this thing is all the way down because we don't really have the best internet. And this thing right here, put it down, but that will be adjustable later on. Make sure that its recording option is just the program and it's saved to SD card. And that's about it for the settings. So you just click save. So I actually turned on the camera for now, just so we have one output for the program. So this right here, this is the program. This square right here is the program, and this is the preview. So to preview, you click once, and now it's in preview. And to put it to program, you do it twice. So I'm actually going to fade to black so that there's nothing here right now. And if I click this twice, it's gonna put it back. So, okay. Usually there's more than one camera, but for this case, we'll just have one camera. So right here, audio mixer. This is where we control the sound. So as you saw earlier, I showed where the audio line-in is. And right now there should be something playing. Okay, there's no signal, but I'll go on the soundboard and I'll add some sounds. So there's just some music playing. And now there's signal coming out from here, which is a good thing. To record, you click this right here, record. And to live stream, you click this right here. And you click go live. And like I said earlier, you'll have to go to this computer or to a different computer, and you'll have to change the YouTube settings to change the title because there's a glitch for some reason. Alright, I won't go live in this tutorial. But that's about it. That's all you need to know. But so it's best to learn from like these things through experience. Like I can't really show every single little thing, but if you go here, this is where you could see the internet, the charging, the power of the Sling Studio, other little things. Yeah, this stuff basically you just learn from experience. It's not difficult to learn. You'll learn it. This is the stage. It should be about this clean or more clean usually. For example, I got to get rid of this orange wire, but the purpose of this tutorial right now is to demonstrate how to properly wrap up the wires so they won't get tangled up, and it will just be, you know, properly set up and everything. And I also want to show what this thing does right here, and how to use things like the direct box and to set up the piano and things of the such. All right, so it is kind of dark in here, but I just want to demonstrate how to properly wrap up the wires. So let's just say this wire was on the ground and being used. So the proper way to wrap it up is you basically take it in one hand, and with the other hand, you get a good distance. Like this is pretty good distance. I'm guessing it's about like 3 feet. And what you do is when you grab it, you kind of hold it like this, and you twist it when you bring it in closer. And this just makes the look good, and everything. All right, and when you get to the end, what you do is, so this one, for example, this one would go in this way, and the other one, it goes in the other way, all right? And you just have to do it like that. And towards the end, you connect them, and then boom. It won't get tangled up like this. Real quick, I want to film this process from the first person point of view. So what you do when you wrap it is you hold it kind of like this with one hand, and with the other hand you take it and you kind of twist it. Sorry, it's kind of out of focus. I'll do it again. And then you take it and you kind of twist it. Boom. And you try to make sure that they're about the same distance. Sometimes you have to, kind of pull it and make them match, And just keep doing it like that. You spin it. Sometimes it gets tangled on the bottom, but that's just something that happens. You spin it. All right, now right here, what you do is you take it. This one goes this way. This one goes the other way, and then you kind of connect them. Boom. Now it won't get tangled up. All right, on this stage, there's this thing right here. So basically what this thing is it is where you plug in the microphones and in general the wires for things like the acoustic guitars. So AC1 and AC2 are acoustic guitars. This is electric guitars. This is keys and this is piano. This is MD mic, this is Vox. So these are vocals. These are not really used up for anything. So this right here, this is a direct box that is used for acoustic guitars. So in here, this side is what you plug in these wires right here. And then on this side right here, through the input, is where you plug in wires that end like this right here. And this, it obviously has two sides. One side goes into the box and the other side goes into the guitar. This is a box that is used for the pianos, a direct box for the pianos. So you plug in the same thing on this side, but there's actually two sides. There's two wires, so left and right. And that's why on the pianos right here, it's piano R and piano L, left and right. So, and then on this side, it's the same thing. You have to plug it into the input. So this right here. And with the same wires as the acoustic guitar. We do have some sort of organization structure for this cart. So on the top, like floor, I guess you could say, is where wires that end like this goes. So these types of wires, they go on the top, and we put the microphones there. On the bottom, in the middle, are wires that end like this, and we try to fit all of our direct boxes in here, and even the pedals for the piano. And over here is stuff that plugs into the wall. So stuff that end like this, and that's pretty much it. And I just want to say that this is very important. We don't want things mixing up. And also, if you cannot wrap up a wire properly, it's best not to do it at all. So this is the room where all our music instruments are, and in general where we keep all our stuff. It's not necessarily the cleanest room, but we try to keep it clean. So this is where the computer is, the server computer. I mentioned it in an earlier part of this video. So to turn it on, you basically just have to like, I guess, touch the mouse a few times, and it usually will, you know, just turn on. If you have to sign in, the password is. If this thing is not on, there's a button in the back right here, just like the other computer. This is a separate output for music, so basically we could have music playing outside while there's a service going on the inside. It's really helpful, so you know we don't have to have a separate soundboard, and it's pretty easy to use, pretty easy to understand. Alright, so this is pretty much it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I just want to say that, you know, some things are probably going to change in the future, so everything in this video might not stay exactly the same in the future, because we always try to fix things up, make things better. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye.